Thank you, Katie, very much for joining today's phone call. And we just would like to hear your feedback on how Zignify was doing. Is there something that we could improve in the future? Your honest and open feedback will help you if you say, this is something you could do better. This is something I was really happy with. We would like to hear your opinion. So I'll give it to you.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, when I reached out to just commend Martha on everything she's done so far, I did mention in there that, she's incredibly professional. The response time is super fast, which I was not experiencing in the past with other sourcing companies, as well as the professionalism, honestly. I'm a new seller, so this definitely is not my wheelhouse yet. And I'm learning as I go, but she has been truly invaluable. I mean that, in guiding me, answering any questions. There's things that I feel like I mentioned before, that there's not solutions to, and then like she'll find a solution, you know what I mean? And then it's all is good, all is well. So that has been incredible. And she has been super patient. And I know that sounds kind of random, but as a first time seller and business owner, like I said, this is definitely overwhelming at times. But she has been very patient with the millions of questions I have and all of the direction that I ask of her. So, very kind, very patient, and very quick with response. So I would say that's like the biggest things that really make a difference.
Yeah. You were mentioning you worked with other sourcing agents before. We don't want to, of course, reveal names here. But what made Signify different from these agents that you're so incredibly happy? I mean, besides Martha and her professionalism on the project.
Yes. So I would say definitely that Zignify offers and Martha offered more of a um individualized approach for sure. It didn't feel like I was amongst like a sea of other business owners that they were working with. Um, and she really took stock in my product and took her time to really look at different things and alternatives for even like design. I mean, she really put a lot of time into it, and that was not the case at all. It was definitely more of a transaction-based relationship. Um, versus what with Zignify, it feels more invested on both ends. You know what I mean? Which is awesome because obviously you're invested as a business owner and a brand owner, and it's great to feel like on the other end of that, the one that's working with you is doing the same thing. So that has been a huge difference. As well as, like I said, the patience that was not there. And to be completely transparent, I have definitely been more of a pain in the butt with Zignify and Martha than I was with my previous sourcing company. And yet she has been 100 times more patient and understanding and supportive than I received before. So that says a lot.
Well, thank you. We would like to hear these comments. And of course, your feedback here is valuable for us. So now that you said it's your first product, so what experience did you gain out of it? Is there something that you say, okay, now I'm more confident, now I'm a little bit more experienced in this kind of field, so I know the next product, how far I can go by myself?
Absolutely. And that's another great point to make. Everything I've mentioned already kind of plays into this, but with, you know, the proper support, which Zignify has offered, that enables you to feel more confident, just with the guidance throughout the entire journey. She has, like I said, answered all of my questions, entirely and fully, and has given me guidance step by step. So without that, I would definitely be completely lost right now, as I felt before. So this has been truly just incredible, is all I can say. I feel like moving forward, like you mentioned, like with next products and projects, I will definitely be able to have definitely a greater understanding of the steps, involved, and just kind of how to move forward. So that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, of course, we're gonna support you in finding the right supplier beforehand. But I know
Right.
throughout, you have then the knowledge to know how to go on with the samples, how to do the first
Exactly.
agreement, what kind of
Yeah.
details you need to take care of. That's great. That's good to know. I mean, that's part of our strategy that we want to teach you and guide you on how to become more successful, what to look out for, so that you can in the future do the sourcing with us or do it yourself if you want to. But then obviously when it comes to quality inspection, I know you've done the quality inspection on your last goods and they are ready for shipment now.
Yes, I'm super excited. This has been a long time coming, but it was definitely worth it. I don't know if you knew this, but I actually had all of my purchase agreements and everything like almost ready to go with the last sourcing company. So like everything was basically ready. All I had to do was pay the deposit. And I hopped on a call with Zignify for my next product I'm working on for a different
Okay.
brand. And at the end of it, and after meeting Martha, I'm like, you know what? Like I worked with Martha, I think for like a week or two on the second product and brand. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually just going to start from scratch and we're going to redo that first product. And I'm going to
Okay.
bring myself over to Zignify for both. So, I mean, that's telling right there. So yeah,
That,
very
that
excited.
that's incredible. I mean,
Yeah,
that's good. At least you know you know now what to do. You had
exactly.
the full experience. I know we introduced you to one of our partners. So we will jump on another call maybe once the shipment arrives and everything is
Absolutely.
sorted. I know things are now sorted with terms of shipment, so you're in good hands there. So yeah. But Katie, if you want to add anything that's negative that we can, where you say that should be done better, this is where you can improve. We're
Yeah.
open for feedback.
So I was trying to think of things because I really do think it signifies incredible. So I was thinking of anything I can add that can improve. And I think the only thing I could think of were two things. And it was now this is more just like personally based. You know, I'm a new seller on Amazon specifically. But I'm also looking into Walmart. However, I thought it might be valuable if there was a point of contact, maybe within Zignify, that has the full knowledge on the seller side,
Okay.
just to kind of touch base with for hiccups along the way, such as like the shipment, you know, order creation and stuff like that, just little things, just kind of an extra support or guidance offered on that end. Um, but aside from that, and obviously not everyone's going to be a new seller, so not everyone will need that. But also the other thing is obviously the expense. It is a lot, but like I said before, I think it's worth every penny in the end. And I actually did a comparison before I decided to switch over to Zignify with my first project. Um, and in the long run, it will definitely pay off. So, as far as the quoted price of products, because that's how they build in their, you know, revenue and their profit with that sourcing company, they just kind of add in per fee per product per unit.
Yeah.
And while it might seem very minimal, big picture, if you're planning to sell for years to come, you have to look at that trajectory of what's going to be better and more cost effective for you.
Yeah, of course.
So that in the end will definitely pay off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're not taking any commissions from the sellers, neither do we take any commission from the suppliers. That's why we're very open, honest, and transparent. You always have access to the supplier file. You always know who is the point of contact within your suppliers, so that you can definitely place the order there. So again, yes, that's, as you mentioned, that's the benefit of having us, even though we're a little bit more expensive in the startup.
Just in the short term, though, and that's what I
Yes.
mean. Like when you really look at the long term and the end game, it's like, which one would you rather do? You know, sacrifice more money right now in the interim to get started, or sacrifice money for the rest of your business, you know, timeline or length of your business, you know, for selling. So it's obvious to me which one's the better choice, but
And hopefully it's a good seller, so you can
that's what
have
I'm hoping.
orders.
That's right.
Well, perfect, Katie. Let me stop here.